Good afternoon. This is Joanne Ritter, and I'll be talking about my social justice, addressing my social justice questions. Um, what is my personal golden rule of counseling? I remember growing up, I would always hear the phrase, do unto others as you have them do unto you. As I got older and I began to understand what it actually meant, I believed in the principle and it became a staple in how I try to live my life. According to the article we just read, Values and Social Justice in Counseling, it states that the proposed golden rule in counseling and social justice should be do unto others as they would have counselors do unto them. I strongly agree with this proposed golden rule. If I had to create or think of a golden rule of my own, it would probably be being vulnerable to oneself is the first step in being vulnerable to others. As a counselor, it is often expected of the clients to be vulnerable to the counselor as they work towards gaining each other's trust. Of course, the counselor will not be totally vulnerable to their clients, but still has to devote a level of vulnerability to their clients. This level of vulnerability requires the counselor to be responsible and accountable for the actions that they take. Most importantly, it leads to transparency. Transparency leads to trust. One Bible verse that sticks out in my head concerning social justice is Micah 6:8, and it says, "He has told you, O mortal, what is good. What does the Lord require of you, but to do justice and to love mercy and to walk humbly with your God." There are times if I'm not sensitive to casting down vain imaginations and everything that tries to exalt itself, and be intentional about taking every one of my thoughts captive to the obedience of Christ, I will hear this resounding sound in my spirit, guiding me and reminding me of how I should walk before Him and what is required of me. And what am I willing to, or what action would I take towards social justice? One of the things that continues to be mind-boggling to me is that the cost of living continues to go up, but, paychecks remain the same. How can people survive? Are people truly surviving? I attended a training recently and, it showed a mother's hourly wage of $7.25 and the sacrifices necessary to get her off public assistance towards self-sufficiency. With every increase, she loses benefits and finds herself in a worse position than where she was. She eventually would have to triple her income in order to see growth and progress to be totally dependent on her own. These are acts of social injustice that must change. I will continue to be an advocate for those who don't need a handout, but a handout. I'm currently seeking and asking how social workers can play a role in changing the societal and governmental stigma based on the needs of their client in order to make the world not just a better place, but a safer place to live. Thank you.